Hey guys, Start Answer here. This commentary will be focused on a video by Equestron. Equestron is a YouTuber best known for his Everything Right Wrong with My Little Pony series. Recently, he made a video on She-Ra and the Princesses of Power's finale. Spoiler alert, it was not very good, and that's why I'm here. Before we get started, I want to note that I do not dislike Equestron as a person or a content creator. He seems like a cool guy and I have enjoyed his past videos. I just feel that here he really dropped the ball. With introductions out of the way, let's begin.
Things don't get much better when establishing there's actually a war going on, when Princess Glimmer is being berated by her mother Queen Angela for going out on a mission without her permission, and said mission being a failure. Now, this could be a good tone setter, a bit of world building to establish the severity of the situation, showcase how long the war's been going on for, how many people have died, but then the situation quickly becomes a screaming match in which Glimmer gets grounded in order to go to her room, prompting Glimmer to go upstairs and write in her diary about how her mom sucks. At this point I was like, excuse me, what? I thought this was life or death stuff. Why is the war show being dragged down by family squabbles? This is the tone that the show is going for? A pseudo-Marvel Avatar mixture of seriousness and comedy? This is one of those very rare shows in which the comedy and drama barely mix well. It was hard for me to be invested in the world, its characters, or its story, to the point where I felt kind of empty. I don't mind humor in a serious world. Levity can be great, and used to ground the narrative or lighten the mood in a grim and oppressive world. But timing is everything, and there's only a handful of times where I felt the humor worked well.
Oh man, there is so much wrong with this. First of all, it makes perfect sense why that scene exists. It serves to establish the tense relationship between Glimmer and her mother Queen Angela.
We are not having this discussion tonight. You are embarrassing me in front of my royal court.
Oh, I'm embarrassing you!
Second, I fail to see this clash of tone you are describing here. If we went directly from seeing death to this scene, your criticism would be valid. Instead, what we got was Glimmer simply telling her mother about the war, naturally leading to the argument.
Catra was a character that I've been on the fence with for quite some time. She's snarky, mean, manipulative, quick to violence, clean, and emotionally broken in every sort of way. In that sense, she was a fascinating antagonist, in the way that I thought Kylo Ren was one of the few great parts about the Star Wars sequel trilogy. Though she had a tragic backstory and is worthy of feeling empathy towards, she was still the antagonist, and that was enjoyable to watch. In Season 3, she becomes so obsessed with taking down Adora that she's willing to lie, cheat, send Past Girl and Trap to Beast Island to tell Horak that she betrayed him, and destroy all reality so that Adora wouldn't win, inadvertently causing the death of second Past Girl, Queen Angela. This was the moment where I thought, wow, they really went all in on turning Catra into this power-hungry, horrible person that only death can redeem her. So imagine my surprise when Seasons 4 and 5 completely backpedal on this choice by making her feel bad for what she did, damage her psyche even more, and then have her join the good side in the final season, also that Adora and Catra can kiss in the last episode. It's like the show and its characters completely forgot that Catra was going to win. Her choices that she made willingly nearly destroyed the planet and possibly the universe. If she won, everyone would have died, or at the very least trapped in a void for all eternity.
I know this is going to sound crazy and dangerous, and I know Catra was our enemy, and she's done a lot of bad things and hurt a lot of people, but
You want to go back for her?
I can't just leave her there. I have to try.
Catra sacrificed herself to save me. Whatever you need to do, I'm with you.
Then let's do this, best friend squad style.
Season 3 made it very clear that Adora was done with her. She was done with trying to save her and turn her back, so that when Season 5 had Adora saying, "I never hated you," I didn't get the feels. Instead, I laughed because this is the face of pure, unadulterated hatred.
This here is kind of complicated to explain. See, it is possible for someone to be done with someone else's garbage without hating them. Adora was definitely done with Catra's trash, but she still took no pleasure in having to fight her former best friend. Her feelings toward Catra were not unlike Catra's own feelings toward Shadow Weaver. Not to mention you kind of cut the scene out of context. Prior to that, Adora learned Catra sacrificed herself to save Glimmer.
So let me make sure I get this right. Catra saved you from Horde Prime? Like, Catra? Why would she do that? It doesn't make any sense.
She said she wanted to do one good thing in her life. She said she was doing it for you.
Something like that would have a massive effect on Adora's opinion of Catra.
Catra, in this form, should have never been redeemed in this traditional sense. Her actions didn't earn the sorry and the hugs and the kisses that followed. Destroying reality is not something one can joke about to their kids. Being responsible for the death of Bright Moon's former matriarch cannot be laughed off. Haha, look at Catra jumping on Adora's lap and making jokes with Glimmer and Bo. Hey, how's Queen Angela doing? Oh wait, she's f***ing dead and there's no way to bring her back. Catra is a terrible person, and the show didn't embrace that to the end. It was like the show said, oh shit, these two are supposed to get together, aren't they? Quick, make a redemption arc.
I already explained how Adora addressed Katra's actions, but you yourself show Catra continuing to face the consequences of her actions. There is even a scene where Adora almost leaves Catra again.
We're doing this. Then if you think hiding from the people you hurt will make you feel better, we'll drop you off and you'll never have to see us again. You'll never have to see me again.
And one where Catra is saying she is working on her anger problems.
I'm sorry, I got angry. It's something I'm working on.
Oh, you are?
Yes! Now can you please? Yes, I am. I think this thing responds to emotions, so can you not give me a hard time right now?
No, sorry. Do your thing.
Catra's redemption might not be perfect, but it is still an incredibly well done arc.
However, what continuously bothered me was her dedication to Adora and her hatred for Catra. She shows favor to Adora but treats Catra as a pest ever since they were children. Since one of the themes of the show is the cycle of abuse and its effect on people, leaving out the important detail as to why Catra was constantly treated poorly, either emotionally or allegedly physically, which was also made unclear but is heavily implied to have been so, it makes this element come across as undercooked.
It's official, Equestron didn't actually watch the series. We got explanations constantly throughout the show, most notably in The Beacon and Light Spinner.
I was hard on you, I won't deny it, and I won't apologize. I just wanted to prepare you for the world. I wanted you to be strong.
Yeah, well, congratulations. I'm plenty strong now. And I don't need you. Why did you treat me the way you did? Why was I never good enough for you? Really, I want to know.
Because you remind me of myself. You always have. Nothing was ever easy for me either. I wasn't born to power like Adora and others. I had to earn my power, fight for it. Why should it be any different for you?
The only characters that wouldn't trust her would be Adora and Catra because they were the ones who knew what she was capable of. Make Shadow Weaver's intentions known, that she wants to genuinely help and try to atone for past sins. Whenever she would apologize to Adora or Catra, it would always be met with scorn and malice. Then, in the final episodes, Shadow Weaver would ask Adora, "What can I do to make you trust me?" Adora turns around, with hate in her eyes, and says something like, "Trust? After everything you did. You helped Hordak destroy kingdoms, you tortured people I cared about, you abused my best friend, and you expect me to trust you after all that? You may have convinced everyone else, but not me and not Catra. You are a monster, and will always be a monster. The only thing you can do right now is die." And she does. In her act of penance, she chooses to save Adora and Catra at the cost of her life. Then have it play out like it does in the finale. She takes off her mask, revealing her face and showing a calm, motherly smile, before immolating herself to kill the monster.
We already got that.
Adora, you made the right choice. Don't let Catra convince you otherwise. She's never understood.
Stop! I will never forgive you. You ruin people. You ruin any chance they could ever be happy. Haven't you done enough?
I did what I had to do.
Keep telling yourself that. I'm going to take the failsafe to the heart, and I'm going to save Etheria, but I am not doing it for you. I'll do everything I can to make sure you never get your hands on the magic.
That's all for now. This is the first time I have ever posted a video like this, so be sure to let me know what you thought in the comments below. I am happy to take any feedback, and if you liked this, I may return to finish covering the rest of Equestron's review. Thank you so much for watching, and stay as cool as ever.